Hey everybody, it's Cheyenne Lake, and welcome to our webinar on creating a side hustle while you build your real estate practice, all in one conversation. So we did the webinar earlier today, and we had a little bit of technical difficulties on my recording. So this is a separate video that I'm doing just for you, and then I'm going to attach the portion of the webinar that we did get captured. So I'm sorry that we missed you if you weren't watching this live, but you're going to have an opportunity to see an amazing overview of this company, this side hustle that you can do with how to implement it into your real estate practice. I had an amazing woman from our company join us and do the presentation. You're going to see the actual recording of the webinar. That is her showing you the company, and then me at the end showing you how to implement it into building your real estate practice while you create an income from this platform. So I hope that you enjoy it. Her name is Melissa, and you're going to see, you're going to come in on a part of the webinar where she's in the middle of kind of just introducing herself and how she got started in this company and what she's been doing in this company. I can't understate enough or overemphasize enough the caliber of women that we had showing you this company. She's one of the very top distributors in our company. She is a mom. She's an entrepreneur. She's brilliant, and you're going to see that in her presentation today, showing you and sharing this company with you. So I hope you get a lot from it. And after you watch the webinar presentation and the replay of it, then please shoot me an email if this looks like something you'd like to either get started in, get this side hustle going for you and getting your real estate practice built at the same time. Or if you have additional questions, you can shoot me an email and we can schedule a time for that as well. So I'm going to now shift over and put the portion in here that was the part of the webinar that we did get recorded. I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to
They design and fabricate supermarket equipment. I met my husband, and we ended up getting married and having my first son, Braden. And that's where everything changed for me. I left my corporate job to stay at home with Braden. And then my daughter, Lauren, came along a couple years later. And we decided that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. And so for me, it was a huge financial hit. I was doing very well in my corporate career. You know, I was making the six figures there, but I was working a lot of hours and, wining and dining clients in the evenings and weekends and things. So it wasn't really conducive to what I wanted for my kids. So I left that career. And what I found, not only financially, but it was that emotional, the emotional stability that I was missing. It was that connection to the world and the networking that I missed. So what happened was one weekend, we headed up to our cottage, and the neighbor up at the cottage, she had us over for a party. It was a birthday party. And after the party, she sent us a thank you card in the mail. And I remember walking to the mailbox. We have to walk to our mailboxes here. They're big super boxes. And I remember walking to the mailbox and sifting through a whole bunch of mail and direct mail and, bills, only to find this card. And it was a card that was addressed to me with a stamp on it. And I opened up the card, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness, who sends cards anymore? Like, who actually sends physical cards anymore? Because I stopped doing it because of the time that it took. Who has the time to go to the store and go to the post office, and also the cost? I don't know what your prices are over there, but for here, the cost of cards can be anywhere from, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 a card. And quite frankly, I don't want to be spending that much money on a card. So I received this card, and I've got a couple in front of me here. I don't have the one that I received 6 years ago. I wish I did. But I received this card in the mail, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. How do they do this? So, there's the outside of the card, and then the inside, I had a whole bunch of pictures. And the next thing that I did was I flipped it over because I wanted to see how much did she spend on me. How much does this card cost? How much does she like me? So I flipped it over, and like most people do, they do that. Trust me, I watch people all the time. And you'll notice on the back of the send out card is it's actually not, there's no price tag. There's either branding of the person who sent it or the link of the distributor or the person who sent that card. And I thought, that's interesting. So I went home and I took the card and I put it up on my mantle. And I don't know if you can see, but behind me, there's my mantle. And I used to host a lot of play dates, like a lot of coffee dates with mommies. And I put the card on the mantle. And one of the things that I noticed was every single one of my friends who walked through that door they would inevitably go back to the mantle there. They'd pick up the card and they'd look at it and they would flip it over. So of course my entrepreneurial brain starts, kind of thinking, and I thought, wow, that's interesting that this card is creating so much traction. So a couple of weeks later, my friend, she invites me to a send out cards seminar, similar to what we're doing right now, but it was live. And I'll be honest, I was reluctant. I was reluctant to go because I thought, oh, it's going to be another thing. I don't have time for it. And, I've got too much on the go. But she ended up kind of bribing me to join her at this event, and I went. And what I saw quite literally just shook my foundation. I thought, okay, here's a tool that's going to save me time, save me money, keep me organized, but I can also share it with people and make an income. And I thought, okay, well, for me right now, I don't want anything that's too time consuming because my priority are my kids. But you know what? If somebody's making money in the company and I'm going to be using the system anyway, why wouldn't I share it with people? So I decided to, add the $50 distributor option and become a distributor. So within the first, couple weeks, I started sending cards to my friends and my family, and they started asking me, like, how did you do this? This is really cool. And so they started joining for the same reasons that I did. And then something interesting happened. And all of us business owners pay attention to this because this is where things really kicked up into high gear for me. So my husband, who owns a business, after a couple months of me doing send out cards and getting really comfortable with the system and seeing results with my friends, I said to him, honey, you should be using the system in your business. And he goes, I'm in manufacturing. He goes, I'm a guy. I don't send cards. Plus business is good. Why do I want to spend extra money on marketing? And I said, listen, number one, I want your contacts. Like, I'm a business person. I want your contacts. And number two, I want to see if this works. I want stories. I want to see if it works so that I can go share it with other people. And I need hardcore, tangible stories that I can share with people. So I did. So I started sending out cards for the next 30 days. And I'm so glad I did that because now I challenge any single business owner, whether you're in real estate, whether you're a chiropractor, whether you're a doctor, a dentist, in any business, anybody who has clients, I always challenge them if they don't believe me in the power of a card, try it out for 30 days. And if you follow the system, I guarantee you will see results personally and professionally. So I started sending out thanks for the business, thanks for the opportunity to quote, thanks for the referral, great to meet you. Nobody does it. So automatically you are absolutely elevated. You're no longer average. People remember you. You want to stay top of mind. So I even sent cards when he lost a quote or a job. And this is the difference that makes the difference. When you reach out to people, even if they don't partner with you, or even if they don't buy from you, or even if they go from somebody else, I know as a salesperson or a human being that somewhere somebody's going to drop the ball. And I want to make sure that I'm the one who is there that they think that. So that's what I did. And he actually had one of his clients call him back and say, hey, John, first of all, thanks for the card. Number two, by the way, can you move your price on this? Can you move this? And I need this and I need that. And one of his largest contracts, he ended up being awarded because of a send out card that cost him a couple dollars, including the stamp, and a couple minutes to make. So from there, he's obviously a firm believer now in send out cards, and he's implemented send out cards into his business as a marketing strategy, and they send out drip campaigns and all that kind of thing. And I'll show you guys how that works. So from there, I thought, wow, this is a system that every business owner needs. So I started reaching out to realtors, mortgage brokers, financial advisors, home-based businesses, direct sales, veterinarians, oh my goodness, car dealerships. Any single business owner that has clients absolutely needs a system, because what it's doing is bridging the high tech with the personal touch. And as busy entrepreneurs, we're always going after that next sale and forgetting to realize sometimes that it's actually our network that we need to really, really cherish there. So I'm going to get into it a little bit here. So can you still see my screen? I'm having Wi-Fi issues at home here. So let me know, Cheyenne, if ever I log off. Just kind of give me a heads up there. So I'm not sure if anybody on this webinar has read this book, Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive, Harvey McKay. If you haven't read it, read it. It's a great, great book on business and business building. And I love this quote here. And he says, basically the fact, short handwritten notes. yield long-term results. So never underestimate the importance of a personal gesture. And right at the top of the list of effective personal gestures sits the handwritten card. Now, Harvey McKay is a multi-millionaire. He's an author, speaker, global speaker, trainer. And, you have these high caliber individuals promoting sending cards because of the emotional attachment. So when people feel emotionally attached to people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And this system absolutely supports that. Another great quote, this will be the last one from Harvey McKay today, but good habits are as addictive as bad habits and a lot more rewarding. And I love sharing this quote to business owners because a lot of times that's all it is tweaking a couple habits, adding a habit into your business or even into your life every single day. Just a little tweak can lead to long-term results. So we all have our habits, but why not introduce new habits that are going to give us great results? So, these stats are pretty much across the board, and I'm talking globally. I live in Canada, but I traveled to the United States, all over Asia and Europe, and taught this to many business owners. And it's pretty much the same stats across the board, across all industries, that the cost of retaining a customer or a client is 10% the cost of acquiring a new one. And if we were to just tweak 5% improvement of customer retention can equal 25 to 85% improvement of profitability. So introducing a small little habit that will increase retention could help improve profitability up to 25 or 85%. It's outstanding. So that's what I want to teach you guys today. Now, another thing that we fail to realize sometimes is that 68% of customer defection is because of perceived indifference. So basically that means is that our clients leave or don't refer us because they simply think that we don't care. They just think we don't care, which absolutely is not the case. It's just that sometimes we're so busy that we forget or we drop the ball, and that's just normal. So we want to make sure that that does not happen. We want to make sure that we are working our database for sure. So I've done a lot of work with realtors. Absolutely love realtors, entrepreneurs. I've been to, I'm not sure, Brian Buffini, I know he's big in Canada, also in the United States. He's a realtor success business coach, and he really teaches the pop buys and the notes and all that kind of thing, and he's got the system there. But what I love about send out cards is you're able to add your own branding, which is great. So implementing that system in here. So some reasons to send cards. A lot of times people say to me, yeah, okay, Melissa, well, it's great to send cards, but there's only so many birthdays in a year. But there's so many other reasons to send cards and reach out in kindness. And here are just a few, specifically for realtors, follow up after a listing appointment, prospects for SFBOs or expireds, referral thank you. Sending somebody a thank you for the referral is so powerful. Even if that referral doesn't come to fruition, we want to make sure that we're rewarding the behavior that we want to see continued. So really important to do that. Always reward things that you want to keep seeing happening. Focus on the things that you want. Don't focus on the things that you don't want. Obviously, anniversaries and birthdays, closing gifts to the buyers and the sellers, keeping in touch for events, graduations, weddings. There's so many reasons. And at the very bottom, it says, just because. These are probably the most impactful, most powerful. And what we like to teach in send out cards is send a card a day, send a gratitude card every single day. And you'll not only notice that your positive vibrations will elevate, you will feel better, the person feels better, and the law of reciprocity kicks in. So it's just wonderful to see. So basically, Send Out Cards was founded in 2003. You see Cody Bateman here. He's the owner and founder and visionary behind Send Out Cards. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're a member of the Direct Selling Association. So basically, Cody's goal was to take the greeting card and the gifting business from an offline traditional brick and mortar environment to an online click and order environment, just like Amazon did for books, Netflix did for movies, and iTunes did for music. So these $3 billion companies have been able to collapse inefficiencies in our marketplace. So basically, these three companies have made our lives easier. right? So you look at Amazon and Netflix and iTunes. We don't buy, things at the store anymore. You can just kind of click and have it delivered to you. Same with Netflix. I don't even think my kids know what a movie store is. They've never been to a movie store because Netflix has taken over. Everything's instant. The way that we purchase music, exactly the same way. This is exactly what Sendo Cards is doing in the greeting card and gifting industry. So I believe that we are the best retention, follow-up prospecting system, relationship marketing system in the world. This is actually an outdated slide. We've sent way more than 140 million greeting cards and gifts over the past 12, 13 years. We've probably sent about, between 50 and 100,000 cards per day. So it's not a rinky-dink company. We're actually the largest variable print on demand company in the entire world. So much so that we've had Xerox and other companies flying into Salt Lake City to see how Cody is doing what he's doing so well, so cost effectively and efficiently. So the fact that you can send either one card or thousands of cards efficiently and cost effectively is just astounding. So you can send your cards from the computer. So whatever you're comfortable with, you can do it from the computer or you can do it from your phone. So, we have an app. That way, you're on the go. You want to send a card, makes it really, really efficient. But what I want to show you guys today is from the computer. So I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see this. I'm going to go to my Sendo Cards account and I'm going to show you exactly how simple it is to create a card. Okay, so this is from the computer. Again, you can do it right from your phone. Super simple, but today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it from the computer. So all I do is I want to send a card. I'm just going to go to Card Catalog. And what it's going to do is going to pull up all of the cards here. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see I've got my card catalog. It's basically preloaded with over 20,000 pre-designed cards in here. So it's like having your Hallmark or Walmart or wherever you buy your cards at your fingertips. Okay, so at the very top, if I click on this one, Create a Picture Plus, these are blank cards. They're completely blank on the outside, the inside, the back. You can completely customize them. So a lot of times what realtors will do is take a picture of the front of the home or maybe something on the inside of the home, something that's very important or meaningful to the client. They put that right on the card because that way that piece of that card is now a memory for them. It's keep token. It's something they're gonna keep forever. So it's really, really impactful. But today I'm going to go to expressions, I think. I've got, birthdays, gratitude, expressions. There's, welcome to your new home. You could even go to, if I wanted to go to special interest, I could go to business, and then I could go to all the different businesses here. And of course, I could go down to real estate, and I could see some real estate cards here that I could use as well. But I always like to use the system really 80% relationship, 20% business, or even 90% relationship, 10% business, because really it's the relationship that people, you're selling yourself. It's your connection with the other person. So I'm going to go to expressions, and then I'm going to go to nice to meet you. So a lot of times when I'm out networking, and it could be a business networking group, it could be a charity event, it could be at the park with my kids. I have a lot of clients now who I've met through my kids' activities, and I'm just building relationships everywhere I go, and I take any opportunity to send somebody a nice to meet you card, and it's so impactful. So all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to click on the card that you want. If you don't like that card, just click outside the area and you can go to another one. Okay, so I'm going to click on the card, and from there I can choose a postcard, a 2-panel card. That's your typical greeting card. I can do a 3-panel card if you want more content, and then a big card if you want to make a really, really big impact. But for today, I'm going to go 2-panel card, and you just go ahead and you click on it. And so the outside's already pre-designed, so I'm not going to change that. Again, you have that option, but today I'm not going to. And all you're going to do is you're going to write your message in here. Now, if I wanted to, I could add pictures. So I could go right in here. I take a lot of pictures, and all you do is click and drag. You just upload pictures from your computer or Facebook or from your phone, and then you can click and drag it over. Okay, so you're just going to click and drag. You can put it however you want. You can get creative or not. It's completely up to you. But imagine sending somebody a card with their pictures in it. People love seeing pictures of themselves. So I'm going to go add a blank text. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to type in my message. So let's say, let's assume I went to a networking group and I met all these ladies that I have picture in here. These are actually some of my team members. I just flew out to BC this past weekend and met some of our amazing team leaders on the West Coast there. So let's say I wanted, to send this card to multiple people. What I would do is write dear, and then I'm going to click on insert name. I'm going to use the mail merge feature. So this is a huge time saver, but still keeps the personality. So the system is going to pull the first name field and place it in there when I send this card out to multiple people. Okay, so I'm making one card, but I can send this card to one person or 100 people, and the system deposits the first name into each card, so it's personalized to everybody. So dear first name, so dear Melissa, dear Cheyenne, dear Margaret, dear Shelley, great to meet you. Oops, great to meet you at ABC Network Group. Looking forward to learning more about you and your business. Let's do coffee soon. Okay, so I've got that, and I'm going to change this font. So you just highlight it. You can change the font style. There's dozens of fonts to choose from. Plus, you can actually upload your own handwriting font as well. So if you want, you're the type of person that really likes their handwriting and you want that handwritten look, all you got to do is fill out a PDF form. Send Out Cards will scan it for you and update it into the system, which is really personal. So I'm going to also add in my signature. So you'll notice I've got my own signatures, make it a little bit big there, add some personality. So dear first name, great to meet you at ABC Networking Group. Now, you'll notice here that there's nothing about asking for a referral. There's nothing about business. It really is about me wanting to get to know the other person and let's do coffee. I find this is probably the most effective verbiage in the card that I send. Every single time I send a card out like this, I end up connecting with somebody either over Zoom or in person. It's magical when you look for ways to help and add value to other people. So I'm going to keep the card like that. Once I'm happy, I can go in here and I can add different templates and elements and add little kind of decals and things, but keep it pretty simple. You don't need to do too much. Just it really is about the powerful message that you have on the inside. So now I want to add my own branding on the back. So depending on the package that you choose, you can choose the basic one and that will have the Send Out Cards logo on the back, but I want to have my own branding on the back. So sometimes I'll put my family on the back. Sometimes networking groups that I have, these are other companies that that use the system that I've given them examples. Okay, for this one, I'm just going to choose my name with my website. And then here, you can actually add a gift to the order as well. And this is such a huge time saver. I love this, the fact that you can send out gifts as well. So obviously, you've got your anytime, thank you for listing with me, or welcome to your new home. You can go into all the different categories for men, women, children. There's, everything from, a couple dollar price point to several $100s. There's gift cards. There's Visa gift cards. There's Starbucks. There's Walmart. There's a whole bunch of things that you can add. And what I love about this is that you can really match the gift to the level of clients that you're sending to. So I will kind of, I've got my tiers. I've got my A clients, B clients, C clients, or A prospects, B, like my key influencers. Key influencers are probably going to get more cards and gifts from me. And I kind of judge it that way depending on how I want to budget my marketing there. So I'm going to go ahead and click checkout. I've got my return address already in here. So again, saving time. That's what's going to be on the envelope. I go next step. Here, I can go ahead and I can add the contacts as I go and then save them. They'll automatically be saved. You can import them if you have a large database. Not a big deal. Just import them into the system. You can import them from your phone. But once they're in there, you can search them. So I'm just going to select, and just for privacy purposes, I'm going to search my own name. Okay, so Melissa Barlock. I'm going to select, and I can do multiples again. Remember, I did the dear first name. So I can choose as many as I want, and they're all going to be personalized. So there's me. I go next step, and you see that at Canada Post, we are double the price of you guys. So we pay more. So it's 85 cents, but within the US, it is 49 cents. And then international, it's $1.15 for postage. So super efficient. Now you'll also notice I could go ahead and I can send this card immediately. I can go specific date. And if I had anniversary or birthday in there, I could set the system up to go out and on the birthday. So you literally can set it and you can forget it. So for now, I'm going to send immediate. I click on confirm and go to payment. And that's where the magic happens. Now you'll notice it says you do not have enough points or expense. So it will let you know. And I'm glad that shows, because people always ask, well, how does it happen? So basically you have points for your cards and gifts and expense for your postage. So just as if you were to go into the store and you buy your card and then you go to the post office and you grab your postage, it's two separate areas that it's pulling from, but it's conveniently in one area. So as soon as I have that, I click send card, and then that's where the magic happens. So what happens is Send Out Cards is going to print, stuff, stamp, and deliver your card and gift through the postal service. So within the US, it'll be there in a couple days, 2, 3, up to 5 business days, whereas Canada typically is 3 to 5, sometimes 7 business days, and then international, I always gauge around 5 to 7 business days. So it just depends on when you're sending it. So it's pretty efficient, which is super fun. Now, that's how you send one card. One other area that I want to touch on today, and I don't want to do too much overwhelm because there's so many incredible things that you can do with this system. But the next effective and efficient system is this. So I go to main menu. I'm going to show you guys the campaign manager. So what's great about campaigns is that you can send either one card to multiple people, or if you want to send out a drip campaign. So for example, I'm going to show you guys, I've got some realtor specific ones, but I want to show you, I have a 2-year prospecting campaign. And, it cost me like $10. It's the best marketing that you could ever have. And all I did was, let's see here. There it is. Okay, perfect. So 2-year inspirational campaign. So this has nothing to do with business. It has everything to do with me, my personality, reaching out in kindness. So I created this campaign, and you'll notice it's a series of campaigns that goes out over the course of 2 years. And I love this because it makes sure that I don't let anybody fall through the cracks. So when I meet people, I'm focusing on the relationship. I'm not focusing on, here's my business card, give me a referral, or, I'd love to do business with you. I'm focusing on the relationship. And by doing that, you build that trust, you build the integrity, you build, the credibility with people. And as soon as I meet them, I get their information into this CRM. So Send Out Cards is also a database, a CRM, where I store all my contacts. And I'll send them this campaign. So the first card that goes out is immediate. It's basically dream big and enjoy the little things. And then I've got 90 days after, 150 days, 210 days, 270, 345, all the way up to 650 days after the immediate one. So it doesn't matter when I set the campaign. As soon as I meet somebody, I put them in the funnel, and they're going to get a series of campaigns. And it's amazing to see what happens. I get phone calls, I get texts, I get email messages from people all the time, almost every day, saying, hey, Melissa, thank you so much for the card. You have no idea how much I needed to hear that today. And it's just a really kind of positive thing. Now, other business owners and realtors, depending on what their onboarding system is, maybe, a new client, you send them a welcome to your new home card. And then, 3 months after, 7 months after, you can do a celebration campaign. You can do a 5-touch. There's so many different things you can do. I have a referral campaign where somebody sends me a referral. I just send a referral. It's one card, has a box of brownies on it, and it's magical. There's different realtor farming cards. Let's see here. So many different areas that you could do this. But again, I would focus on the relationship, and that's where the results come. There's really no need to always ask for the referral. I always say, deserve the referral. Give them great service and make sure that we're following up with people. And if you're top of mind, you'll be the one that they're going to either refer to or come back and do business with. This is the celebration campaign. A lot of realtors will send this one out as well. The immediate is a thank you card. And then they've got the birthday, the spring, the happy holidays, the Thanksgiving, the anniversary. So you can put in the 1-year anniversary of their home. It's been 1 year since you've been in your home. So you can really personalize it. A lot of times in business, they say about 5 to 7 touches or cards throughout the course of the year is good. And then sprinkle in between with your, with your Popeyes or your, take them out for lunch or touching base or the other things that you do. So whatever is working for you, don't stop doing it. Keep doing what you're doing that's working for you. This is an addition that's going to help you with your business and add that extra habit that we were talking about. So with that being said, I'm going to take you guys back to my slides here. So I want to finish off my part of the presentation with a couple samples, and then I'll go over the packages, and then I'll turn it back over to Cheyenne. So basically, this is what the finished product looks like. And I'm going to give you some examples of a couple of realtors who have used the system and had major results. So this lady here for Valentine's Day. So use your personality, for Valentine's Day. She sent out to her team, "Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you and your friendship so much. This is me sending you some love today." So send them to your team. It's great for retention on your team as well. You want to make sure if you have a team of people that are working for you in your brokerage, for example, when people are happy, they're going to produce more, right? So she also sent this out. This was actually a mortgage broker, and she sent this card out to a strategic partner, which would be a realtor, and she sent it out to, I think she spent a couple $100s on this campaign. It sent it out to a whole bunch of realtors with some cookies. And from that campaign, she ended up getting 3 referrals. And 2 of them were like, $1 million mortgages. So she was super happy about it, and it absolutely paid for the campaign, which was great. This is another one. "I'm lucky to have you." So St. Patrick's Day is coming along. Have fun with the holidays. "I'm lucky to have you on my team," or "I'm lucky to have you as a client," or "I'm lucky to have you in my life," and just spread the love with people. We have these really cool card-sized gifts that you can have like a little lucky charm in there. So have fun with it. This is, I'm sending you some healthy vibes in hopes that you feel better. So maybe somebody's not feeling well. Facebook is great for this. Scroll through Facebook and do your likes and your comments, but also if there's something that people are saying on Facebook that is important to them, maybe they just had a new granddaughter, take a picture of that photo, put it in a card and send it to them. Send things that are meaningful to other people, and they will love you for life. It's amazing. This is a referral card, super cute here. This is a realtor card, just a quick note to tell you just how much I appreciate your professionalism and positive attitude. It was a pleasure meeting you. So just some examples there. Now this card is interesting. So you see the front of the card is just basically a shamrock on a door. And it's so basic. It's nothing glamorous, but this particular realtor, his name is Michael Paul out of Oakville, Ontario. He was going to a listing appointment, and he was outside. He took a picture with his camera and met the lady, did his presentation, walked out of the door, sat in his car, and sent this exact card within minutes. He gets a phone call from her 5 or 6 days later, and she's basically almost in tears and saying, "Oh my goodness, Michael, thank you so much for the card. My daughter and I put that shamrock up." And, he had no idea how meaningful that was to her. And in doing that, she obviously listed with him. And this card ended up, I think the house listed for like $2 million or something ridiculous like that, from a couple dollar card. And just a quick thought, like he had no idea the impact this would make. It was just kind of a prompting that he acted on. So this last example I want to show you guys is how the power of a card can turn into lifelong referrals and relationships. So this lady, her name's Gail Zintek. She's kicking butt in send out cards and also in the real estate business. She's doing so well. And this is what she does is this card, she met this guy at the Taste of, it was the Chamber. So the Taste of Chamber. And she just basically kind of took this picture randomly. Okay. So this guy was a contact. He was just a contact. Nobody, she really knew, there was no relationship there. And she basically sent him a thank you card. It was just a gratitude card out of nowhere. Okay, so then that prospect turned into a customer. So he received the card, calls her back, thank you so much for the card. They start building on a relationship, and she ends up listing his first home. Okay, so now he's a client. So from there, he refers to his daughter, who ends up getting married. And they get invited to the wedding, of course. So, of course, they take pictures at the wedding and send them cards for that. And then they end up listing more friends and family members that are all being referred to him from that one card that she sent out from the chamber. And of course, now celebrating the babies that are coming into the life. And, you know, the list goes on and on and on. So now not only was this contact, this cold lead, turns into prospect, who turns into client, who turns into a referral partner, they're now lifelong friends, and they're invited to family events and to the birth of their daughter and their granddaughter. So it's so impactful when you look for ways to appreciate people. This is just an example of her seller campaign. You know, it's probably it says here 2457 for the entire campaign. So the first one card that goes out, thank you, with a 4-pack of brownies, that sends out immediately. The next one is keeping in touch, Valentine's card, holiday card, and anniversary with a 2-pack of brownies. So how much is a referral worth to you, right? It's the possibilities are absolutely endless. So I'll share a little bit about the packages and the ways to get started. I love send out cards because everybody has different needs. Now, I always recommend that you go for the preferred monthly package. That's what I'm on. That's what most realtors would choose because it's the lowest price point. So basically, it's $39 a month, which gets you 100 points. Okay, so it's not just nothing. You're paying for points. You're getting your cards, and your points purchase your cards. So you're probably going to send out greeting cards, like your typical 2-panel greeting card. So that $39 is going to get you 33 cards. So your price point is $1.17 per card, plus your postage. So you're spending under $2 delivered for this card, a personalized card. So it's really, really inexpensive. Now, if you don't use your points, they simply roll over from month to month and they'll accumulate. So I love this because I can really budget my marketing. Obviously, you're going to have higher volume times at certain areas. And this is great because if you need to purchase more, like I always have to buy more points because I'm always sending cards. So if you have to purchase more, you can buy at the lowest price point. We also have a retail package and pay as you go, but you're paying more per point. It's still cheaper than what you're going to get at the store, but I always say, why pay more when you can pay less? So now most businesses and realtors, of course, like to have certain bells and whistles with the service. So you'll see we have 3 packages: a personal, marketing, and business bundle. Now, I'd probably say the most popular is the marketing bundle. That's the one that I chose because it has everything in it. It's probably the most value I see. It's got your first impressions kit. So those are preloaded campaigns in there, and you get extra higher quality cardstock. The cardstock we have is amazing, but this is just like a black satin and white pearl option if you want. This gives you a training portal. So some of the tips that I'm sharing with you today, you can learn even more tips on this training portal. So for me, I'm a lifelong learner. I love anything I can get my hands on that's going to help me accelerate my business. Handwriting font and signatures. You get bonus points in here immediately, and upgraded storage and memory. Plus your branding. So if you want to be able to have the branding on the back of your card as opposed to the send out cards logo, definitely choose one of the bundles. Now the business bundle, that's more for, if you want multiple people logging into your account, having separate accounts. But I usually recommend the marketing bundle, and at very minimal, the personal bundle. Now that's a one-time setup. You're not paying that every month. Basically, $195, $395, or $795 sets you all up. You get your points in there, you get your branding, your signatures, your handwriting font, your memory, all that kind of stuff. And then you have your subscription coming off after that, in all the months after that. All right. Now, if you're like me and many other realtors and business owners, I don't have the slide on here. I don't know why. It looks like I hit it, but you can become a distributor or referral partner for a $50 extra distributorship. So basically for $50, you can become a distributor or a referral partner, same thing, and earn money. So, like Cheyenne was saying, and she'll share a little bit more about that, this is something that's already in line with your business and going to add value. So many clients that I have are using this as a self-funding marketing program. So they're using this as marketing in their business, but it's such an easy tool to recommend because it helps other people. You're adding value. And in turn, you end up getting commissions and residual income from it. So with that being said, I'm going to switch it over to Cheyenne and say thank you so much for this opportunity to share. Hopefully it wasn't too much information. I hope I added some value and was able to give some tidbits of information there for you.
Melissa, wow. Thank you so much. I hope, and I've got several questions here from people that I'm going to address, kind of each of them. And but thank you so much for that, a very thorough presentation. And I don't think it was too much. I think that what's amazing is that you've just displayed the power that we have at our keyboard, frankly. And the power to be able to impact people that we come in contact with every day on a very, very personal and real level. And thank you for honestly sharing your very valuable time with us. So I did not, I really didn't, you really don't know who we're sitting here talking to. This woman is unbelievable. She literally is one of the top distributors in our company. And from her presentation, I'm sure you can see why, but she is so willing to give of her time and talents. And for that, I'm really thankful. Melissa, thank you.
Of course. When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I can sure tell that you love what you do. So I know that you've got another appointment after this, and you're more than welcome to stay on, or if you need to jump off, I totally understand that. The remainder of the time that I want to spend with you is to show you now how to take this amazing platform and use it not only to create another income for yourself, but to build your real estate practice while you're having a send out cards conversation. And so I want to kind of go into the specifics of that. I do want to answer a couple of these questions. Melissa, are you going to stay, hon, or are you going to jump off?
I'm staying, definitely staying.
Wonderful. Okay, that's great. So one of the first questions that we have is send out cards able to interact with our CRM? Patty, what, I'm not quite sure what you're referencing in our CRM. So
what's your CRM?
Yeah, I'm not, what is your CRM? And I'm going to go ahead and let you put that back into the chat box and we'll address it. I'm going to go to the next question and then we'll come back to yours. It says, are there any realtor templates already in the system? There are not realtor templates per se of like I don't know if you're meaning a campaign or cards. Obviously, there's a lot of real estate cards, correct, Melissa?
Yes, there are a lot of real estate cards. There's in the marketing bundle, there are multiple campaigns that are preset for you that you can absolutely use. And I know that you can also share campaigns.
Yes, that's where was the share.
I'll let you. Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So the technology that is within Send Out Cards allows us to share campaigns and cards with one another, which I have found invaluable as a real estate agent. There are some amazing agents. You spoke about Gail. I know her very well. And Gail actually shares all of her campaigns. And it is literally simply going in and sharing the campaign. And we can get more into details about that. But yes, there are realtor templates, not just from the company and from the system, but from other agents who are using this very practically in their businesses every day. And we do share things back and forth, which is awesome. Let's see, the next question. Is it $50 per month for the distributorship or a one-time cost? Patty, that's an awesome question. It's just one-time cost. You pay the $50 once, and then it does renew to keep that distributorship is $59 per year. So in a year from now, if you join Send Out Cards today, in a year you would be charged $59 and there every year after that you wanted to remain a distributor. Let's see. Oh, and she thanked you, Melissa. Anyone's CRM. I'm going to be using Isaac's CRM going forward. So I use two CRMs, Patty. I use LionDesk for my real estate and my business CRM. But for sending my cards and my gifts, I use the CRM within Send Out Cards. And so what I did is I just uploaded my contacts. There's a bulk action that you can do to upload your contacts into the Send Out Cards CRM. And that's how I'm using it. So this would not necessarily, the CRM within Send Out Cards would not replace your existing business one, but I find that I use both of them. I hope that.
Can I add to that, Cheyenne?
Please. Yes, Melissa.
Okay, so this is always a question that I get asked, especially from realtors, because obviously it makes it easier. So Send Out Cards has an API, so that's what it's called, an API that is basically the communication between a CRM and our system. So the API is the communication, basically. So we have an API with Salesforce and Infusionsoft currently. And Send Out Cards is working on a global API. I'm not sure if I should be sharing this information,
Wow.
but they're working on a global API where Send Out Cards will be able to interact and communicate with any CRM. But to your question right now, with the particular one you're using, most realtors are not most, but a lot of them are using that. I'm very familiar with that one. And all they do is super simple. All you're going to do is just export your contacts and import them into Send Out Cards. Super, super simple.
Yes, very simple. Okay, so what I want to do though is I want to share with you, when I started in Send Out Cards, I sent 2 cards immediately. And I was really, I honestly was blown away. And I sent 1 card to a friend to just thank her. She sends my husband business. And I just wanted to thank her for sending business. She received the card a few days later. She called me crying. And she asked, how did I do it? Where did I get the picture? I did this beautiful picture of her and her daughter on it. And she wanted to find out how she could use it in her business. Now, I did not send it to her frankly, I didn't send it to get business because I'll be honest, she doesn't refer a real estate business. I sent it to her because she's my friend and she refers business to my husband and I wanted to thank her. But she's in a network marketing company. And she saw, without me even saying anything to her, how she could use it in her business. And it got me thinking. The second card I sent it, same thing. It was just a friend. I sent her, in fact, I didn't even send my branding on the back. I just had my face, and I actually had a Mother Teresa quote. She called me, number 2, crying, and said she could not believe the card that I had put together for her and her fiance. And just in the conversation that we were having, she said, aren't you doing real estate? Aren't you back in real estate? And I said, I am. And she goes, oh my gosh, I totally have the greatest client for you. So I sent 2 cards. I got a person to sign up and also wanted to Send Out Cards in their business. And I did get a real estate referral. Since then, that's been about 6 weeks. I sent several cards and the phone rings every day. And I'm not joking when I say I have people calling every single day, thanking me. Many crying. I mean, just overwhelmed because there are so many reasons to send cards. And Melissa, just, I think she just touched on the iceberg. There's so many reasons. There's never a reason, just to acknowledge them. And so what I started doing when my friend signed up for her business, it was coincidental. The day that I went to sign her up, she had some people there in her home to sign up for the network marketing company that she represents, that she works with. And we were doing some things together. And so we just met. And I know some things about social media, and we were talking about Send Out Cards, and they were like, wow, Send Out Cards could work for our business. He's has a commercial pressure washing business, and his wife was a massage therapist. So I scheduled an appointment with them the next week. We got together and we went through all of this, and both of them signed up to be distributors and implement the cards not only to their clients, but they saw where they could help businesses. So as a real estate agent, do you think that if you went out and you made 3 phone calls a week to businesses, local businesses, and this is what I've been doing, I now call local businesses. I share with them that I'm a real estate agent and that I found an amazing tool that I use to build relationships with my client that I have found has worked so well for my business. And I think that it could really bring value to their business, but they have some time to spend with me and take a look at it. Every single person has said yes. And excuse me, and they are signing up to use send-out cards in their business. Now, they also say to me, and I've had this couple that I met, they were like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you helping us build our business? And I said, well, when I help you build your business, and frankly, when I get to know you, know what your business is, I can share that with my existing clients, right? My buyers, my sellers. That's how I've been establishing my vendor list. That's how I've been establishing my preferred business owners. So I'm now able to give my buyers and my sellers, and frankly, my sphere, a very good list of professional businesses in our community. And then the business owners, do you think that they're going to refer business back to me? Of course they are. And that's already happening. They are sending me real estate transactions, or they're sending me, if they decided to not become a distributor, they're sending me businesses or people they meet that might want to use my service. So when I said to you today that what you were going to learn today was going to be a way that you would get paid for prospecting, it's very simple in our real estate practice. We go out, we talk to business owners, and while we're sharing send-out cards and developing another stream of income for us, which is this side hustle that we're talking about, I'm building my real estate business at the same time. I'm getting potential businesses that are going to now return business in kind. I'm referring business to them. They're referring business back to them. I'm providing a value to my sphere and my buyers and sellers. With one conversation, you are accomplishing so many things. And as you know, we don't have a lot of time. I mean, a lot of us, we've got kids, we're working while they're in school, right? And so we have to make our hours count. And so what I said at the beginning is I was trying to find something that would do that heavy lifting. And I believe that this is it in send-out cards. So I'm going to, if there's any other questions, I'll answer those now. It's very inexpensive to get started. I've got a 3-system plan to launch you to get whatever you invest in. So if you decide to go with the $195 bundle or the $395 bundle, then what I want you to do is take action. Okay. I want you to then figure out 3 businesses, and I'm going to help keep you accountable. So we would sign you up. We would put that distributorship on you so that when you go and help people implement send-out cards into their business, you're going to get paid. I'm not going to go through all of the compensation plan. We can do that in a one-on-one call. But then I want you to go, and I want you every week, I want you reaching out to businesses, because you're then building your real estate company, your real estate referral potential, and you're building your new stream of income, which is going to get you, the side income or the gap income, whatever it is that you're looking for. So I'm going to end this session now. Again, if you've got any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Other than that, you can message me and say, hey, this sounds great. I'm ready to get started. If you need more information, we can schedule a follow-up phone call. But I wanted to thank you for your time, Melissa, again. Thank you for joining me today and presenting this amazing, amazing company. And I'm looking forward. Melissa and I are going to be in Salt Lake City together for the Send Out Cards Convention, which we're both really excited about. So we'll get to meet in person. But I wanted to thank you again.
Thank you. Thanks, Diane. You're amazing. And congratulations on all your success as well. You've just kind of taken this and run with it. So congratulations on all of your success so far as well.
Thank you. Well, you know what? When you get those kind of results, it's not hard to run faster.
Right. Exactly.
Like putting $1 in and getting 2 out. Well, then you want to put as many dollars in because you know it's going to come out. So
yeah, exactly.
That's what we have in Send Out Cards. So we're pretty fortunate. So Melissa, thank you so much. Everyone, thank you for joining today. And I look forward to following up with you and getting you guys started in this new side hustle and Send Out Cards and getting that real estate business built. Thanks, everybody.